Introduction. The hidden battle within. Every human being faces two voices. One whispers, "Stay comfortable." The other whispers, "Do what's hard." Every day, these two voices fight inside your mind, and the one you listen to most often shapes your destiny. The truth is simple but brutal. Success doesn't come from comfort, it comes from resistance. Most people spend their lives avoiding hard things. They avoid discomfort, pain, struggle, and uncertainty. But the people who change their lives, the ones who grow, succeed, and inspire, are those who walk straight into difficulty and master it. This audiobook is about learning the secret art of doing hard things, of training your mind to move when it doesn't want to act when fear takes over, and to grow when everything in you wants to stay the same. Chapter 1. The Comfort Trap. Let's be honest. Comfort feels good. Warm bed, easy choices, instant gratification. But comfort is a trap, a silent killer of dreams. When you always choose comfort, you slowly trade your potential for pleasure. You become weaker. Not because you're lazy, but because you've trained your mind to avoid effort. Think about it, comfort is everywhere. Food delivered in minutes. Entertainment on demand. We live in a world built to make life easier, not stronger. But your mind was never designed for ease, it was designed for growth. And growth only happens under pressure. If you want to break the comfort trap, you must do something uncomfortable every single day. Wake up earlier. Take the cold shower. Start that project you've been avoiding. Because each time you do something hard, you send your brain a message. I am in control, not my feelings. That's how mental toughness is built, one small act of defiance against comfort at a time. Chapter 2. Why the mind resists. Your brain isn't your enemy. It's just wired for survival, not success. It wants to keep you safe from failure, safe from rejection, safe from pain. But safety often means stagnation. When your brain senses challenge, it triggers fear and doubt. What if I fail? What if it's too hard? What if people judge me? These thoughts aren't truth, they're defense mechanisms. Your mind creates fear to protect you. But that fear also prevents you from evolving. Here's the secret. When you feel resistance, it's not a signal to stop, it's a sign that you're on the edge of growth. The more your mind resists, the more important that action probably is. So instead of avoiding discomfort, start to see it as a compass. The direction that feels hardest is often the direction you most need to go. Chapter 3. The Discipline of Action. Motivation is unreliable. Discipline is unstoppable. You can't wait to feel ready. You must act, especially when you don't feel like it. The greatest achievers in history didn't always feel motivated. They just learned to act despite their emotions. Discipline is the muscle that grows every time you push through resistance. It's built through repetition, not inspiration. Start small. If you say you'll wake up early, wake up early. If you promise to exercise, do it even when you're tired. If you commit to a goal, follow through even when it's boring. Each promise you keep builds trust with yourself. And self-trust is the foundation of confidence. Remember this. The pain of discipline lasts minutes. The pain of regret lasts a lifetime. Chapter 4. The Power of Mental Friction. Every great transformation begins with friction, the mental struggle between who you are and who you're becoming. Friction hurts. It's uncomfortable. It feels like failure. But friction is proof that you're growing stronger. When a muscle resists weight, it tears and then rebuilds stronger. The mind works the same way. When you force yourself to study when tired, focus when distracted, or persist when discouraged, that's mental friction. And that friction is how mental strength is built. So next time you feel resistance, don't complain. Don't run. Smile. Because it means your mind is getting stronger. Chapter 5. Rewiring your mindset. You can't force your mind to do hard things overnight. You must train it like an athlete trains the body. Here's how. Start small. Do one uncomfortable thing daily. Build tolerance. Stay consistent. Consistency rewires your brain faster than intensity. Reward growth, not outcome. Focus on effort, not perfection. Track progress. Write down moments you overcame resistance. Practice self-compassion. Growth isn't linear. Some days will be harder, and that's okay. Over time, this practice shifts your identity. You stop saying, I can do hard things, and start believing, I do hard things. That's real transformation when strength becomes part of who you are. Chapter 6. Turning pain into power. Pain isn't your enemy, it's a message. It tells you where your limits are. And once you understand that, you can use pain to grow instead of letting it break you. When you feel emotional pain, failure, rejection, disappointment, don't numb it. Study it. Learn from it. Ask yourself, what is this pain trying to teach me? Most people run from pain their whole lives and never realize it was their greatest teacher. The most successful minds don't avoid pain. They use it as fuel. They turn frustration into focus. They turn rejection into resilience. They turn struggle into strength. That's the secret art of doing hard things, converting what hurts into what helps. Chapter 7. The 5-second rule of courage. There's a simple technique used by many high performers. The 5-second rule. When your mind says, I don't want to, you count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Move before your brain talks you out of it. Action kills hesitation. Hesitation feeds fear. Every time you beat hesitation, you teach your brain that courage matters more than comfort. And with practice, that courage becomes automatic. Chapter 8. Building mental momentum. Momentum is magic. Once you start doing hard things consistently, it becomes addictive. You begin to see yourself differently. You stop saying, I can and start asking, what's next? The secret to momentum is simplicity. Keep moving forward even when progress feels invisible. A small step in the right direction every day beats massive effort once in a while. Because consistency compounds. Hard things get easier not because the world changes, but because you do. Chapter 9. The identity shift. At some point, doing hard things stops feeling hard because it becomes who you are. You no longer force yourself to be disciplined, you just are. You no longer chase motivation, you live in motion. The person who once avoided challenges now seeks them. Because growth has become your comfort zone. That's the ultimate transformation. When the pain that once scared you now strengthens you. Chapter 10. The reward beyond comfort. Here's the truth most people never discover. The real reward for doing hard things isn't success. It's freedom. Freedom from fear. Freedom from excuses. Freedom from the limits your old self created. When you prove to yourself that you can do hard things, life opens up. You stop doubting. You stop waiting. You start living. The comfort zone gives you ease, but the growth zone gives you purpose. And in the end, that's what every soul is searching for, not comfort, but meaning. Final message. The art of doing hard things. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be fearless. You just need to start right now. Do one thing today that your mind resists. One small hard thing. Because every time you choose growth over comfort, you step closer to your potential. And one day, you'll look back and realize, the hard things were never your enemy. They were your path. Soft background fades out, calm. Powerful tone. This is Mind Over Comfort, the secret art of doing hard things. Remember, comfort is temporary. Growth is forever.